Dear student, today we are going to discuss Indological and ethnographic approaches part 2. In part 1 we have already discussed the Indological approach. What Indological approach is? When we discuss about the Indological approach, we can say that this is a Indian perspective. The study of Indian society with the help of Indian perspective is known as Indian Indological approach. G.S. Ghurye, Louis Dumas, A.K. Saran, Nirmal Kumar Bose, etc. contributed a lot in the field of Indological approach. Today, we are going to discuss one of the important approach, ethnographic approach. Originally, this is an approach of anthropology, but the impact of anthropology on other social sciences, now we use this approach in social sciences and particularly in sociology also. What ethnography is? We in this discussion first discuss about the meaning and definition and characteristics of ethnography, then history of ethnography, then skills required for ethnographic studies, and what types of ethnography is, that is types of ethnography, then what are the objectives, because every research has certain objectives. Similarly, ethnography has certain objectives. So what are those objectives, and when to use ethnographic approach and steps of ethnography through which we can complete our research, and then advantage and disadvantages of this ethnography. So when we talk about the ethnology or ethnography, this is also known as ethnomethodology or ethnology or ethnography, which is an important study method of anthropology and sociology, and which we use for qualitative studies. Two types of studies are there, one is qualitative study and second is quantitative studies. Whenever we talk about first facts in anthropology or sociology, the facts are of two types, one qualitative facts and other is quantitative facts. Qualitative facts are those facts which, when the researcher compiles the fact, those facts are presented in qualities such as good, bad, beautiful, ugly, etc. But quantitative facts are those facts which are presented in numbers rather than in qualities. The qualitative study method of anthropology and sociology is what we called ethnography. Ethnography is the scientific description of people and cultures with customs, habits, and mutual differences. This is an approach which studies the culture of a particular society, particular community, or particular a nation. Ethnography focuses on studying the socio-cultural phenomena through observation, interview, and documentary, etc. The ethnographers or researcher collects information about socio-cultural phenomena from a large number of people in the community under the study. That is, this is an approach to study the community and culture of community, culture of society, culture of nation, culture of state, etc. The ethnographers remains within the community for months to obtain more information through a chaining process from person to person is known as chaining process, and collect data in the form of observation, transcript, and interview recording. The analysis of data leads to the development of theories for the socio-cultural phenomena under study based only on the views and attitudes of its respondent. We collect certain information from the respondent of that particular culture, of that particular community, and then analyze, and they then formulate certain theories, etc. That is meaning and definition and characteristics of ethnography. When we talk about the definition, ethnography is defined as both a social science research method and its final written product as a method. Ethnography involves observation itself in depth and is a method of study. The field involves systematically documenting the everyday life, behavior and community of people over a long period of time. Sometimes it may take months or a year also to collect the information from a particular community on the basis of the culture, that is tradition and habits, etc. As a written product, ethnography is a richly description account of the social life and culture of a studied group. Ethnography is a Greek word. It is made up of two words. One is word is ethno, which means folk, people, society, community or nation, and the other word is graphy, which means writing. So writing about the people, writing about the culture of the people, writing about the habit of the or behavior of the people of a particular community or society. To study and write about a community, a nation, a group's culture, behavior, etc. It is developed to explore cultural phenomena where the researcher observes society from the point of view of the subject of study. An ethnography is a means of documenting the culture of a group, that is to study and write in relation to a community. So first we observe the phenomena of that community and then we write something about that society or community. It has been developed to explore cultural phenomena where the researcher observes society from the point of view of the subject of study. An ethnography is a means of documenting the culture of a group, that is the study and systematic recording of human culture. We want to know about the culture of a particular group, then we use this ethnographic approach. Descriptive work resulting from such research. This is the descriptive analysis of particular community or society. Ethnographic study method is the method that studies about the culture of a group. There is an in-depth study of the history of that culture, the functioning of the culture and the customs of the cultural, etc. This is a detailed approach to study a particular society or particular community or particular nation or particular a group, in which we collect certain information about the culture, habit, behavior, customs, tradition, etc., etc. On the basis of the above definition, the features of ethnographic method can be explained, and they are: it is a method of participant observation which studies the culture of a group within its natural setting. We be a part of that observation, that is known as participant observation. We go there and live with the culture of that community, that is known as participant observation. Often dealing primarily with unstructured data. There is no structured form of questions. Unstructured form of questions, we ask and collect certain information from the respondent. Emphasis is on exploring social phenomena rather than testing hypotheses. When we talk about the research, that is social research, first we formulate hypothesis, then we verify it through statistical technique, but this is not in ethnographic perspective. In this method, facts are collected on the basis of observation and interview and documents. These are the three parts of ethnography. First we observe, then we collect information from the respondent through interview, and then with the help of document we analyze all these cultural part of that society. In this method, the researcher studies the original content of that society or those things which were used in ancient times and have now disappeared. This is the historical part of that culture. We know about the history of that culture and what type of culture prevailing in contemporary society or in nowadays. This method is a long-term study method which sometimes takes months to collect the data. This is a long process of method of study method of study of culture of society. When to use ethnographic approach? When we use this type of ethnographic research, if we want to collect something, facts about the culture of the society, then and then only we can use this type of ethnographic approach. Whenever we want to study a group and study its culture, we can use this approach. We want to understand the values and norms of the culture. This is important part of culture, that is values of the society and norms of the society, and we want to know about the culture, values and cultural norms, then we use this ethnographic approach. We want to understand the behavior and habits of the people of that group, then we use this ethnographic research or perspective or approach. We want to examine what social phenomena such as slavery, divorce, prostitutions, etc. are found in this group and want to understand them, then we use this ethnographic approach. We also want to know that what is the social relationship in the family. That is, we want to study the family part of that society or community, then we use this approach. What is the type of kinship? Primary kinship, secondary kinship, tertiary kinship, etc., religion, culture, social structure and their organization, then and then only we use this ethnographic research, so that we know about the basic funda of that culture. To understand the sanitation and hygiene practices of community, what type of practices they are using for sanitation and hygiene, then we use this ethnographic research. Skills required for ethnographic studies. Ethnographic studies required a wide range of skills. If we have that type of skill, then and then only we can use this approach for the purpose. This can be briefly listed as follows. A high degree of interpretive ability is required to understand the wide range of issues and facts covered in the study. The researcher must be fair and unbiased in order to draw valid and reliable conclusions for the study. The researcher needs to be familiar with social settings and requires a high degree of intelligence and diplomacy. This is quality a researcher has. The researcher should have good interactive and interpersonal skills, so that he may acquire the knowledge through this approach and interact with the respondent of the community of the society easily. The researcher needs to be sensitive to the culture, values and norms of the social environment in which the study is being conducted. And the researcher needs to be familiar with the principles of research of ethics. That is, research ethics, we must know about what type of ethics we have to adopt and what type of ethics we know about the particular society. What types of ethnographic researches are? In short, we can classify into 4 categories. The following are the major types of the ethnographic research. First is macro ethnography. When we want to study in detail, then we use this macro ethnographic approach. It is the study of broadly defined cultural groups such as Indians and Turkish. Normative attitudes are studied on a large scale which are found to be common within broad level. We want to compare one culture with another, then we use this macro ethnographic approach. Second is micro ethnography. This is the study of more specific cultural group such as local government and the militants. It also describes how interactions are socially and culturally organized in particular situation settings such as classrooms, where major episodes of people's lives in or can result in everyday routines. If we want to know about the particular group, then we use micro level ethnographic approach. Third is emic perspective, that is in group perspective, in group study method. This is the ethnographic approach whereby the attitudes and responses of member of the in group, that where we feeling is there, this group is known as in group, or culture under study are noted. This is emic perspective, and fourth is etic perspective, that is outgroup perspective. This is the ethnographic approach whereby the attitudes and relations of members belonging to outgroup, where no we feeling is found or the culture under study are noted. Their perspectives highlight the happenings under a particular culture. So these four types of ethnography: macro, micro, emic and etic. What objectives are? Every research has certain objectives. So what type of objectives are in ethnographic perspective? Every research has certain objectives. Similarly, ethnographic research has also certain objectives which are as follows. It helps in cross-cultural analysis. We want to study cross-culture, then we use this ethnographic. This is the main objective of our study. It helps in analyzing the past events or history of that culture. We want to know the history of that particular society or community, then this approach will help us to know about the history of that culture. It helps in studying the behavior, experiences and attitudes of individuals in a more natural environment. Closer observation increases the likelihood of validity in the report and theory formulated. Hence we use, these are the objectives, hence we use these objectives when we want to study under the ethnographic perspective. So what types of steps we must follow when we want to study a particular community or a particular society, or want to know the culture of that community or culture of that society? Ethnographic research is a method of systematic study of culture of a society, community. For the rendering of research, a ladder is required, which we call the steps of research, and only on the basis of these steps we can finalize the research. Ethnographic research has the following steps. Whenever we ask a student, what are you doing? And he replied, I am doing research. So our first question is, on which topic you are doing your research? Similarly, in ethnographic research, the first important part is selection of topic. That is selection. The ethnographic method begins with the selection of the culture. According to his or her interest, the researcher selects the culture or community or population which he or she wants to study. If we want to know about a particular culture, then and then only we select that culture for our study, and that method is known as ethnographic method. The second important part is review of literature. Through review of literature, we want to know about the particular topic, particular knowledge about that topic, so that we can smoothly conduct our research. After this, the researcher reviews the literature related to the culture, so that a brief idea and historical sketch of the culture chosen for the study can be obtained. For this, the researcher should read books, journals, articles, etc. related to the subject, so that his knowledge will increase and he will be able to understand the subject very well. Then identification of variables. Variables are vary from time to time, hence they are known as variables. The researcher then identifies the variables that interest him or her or the members of the culture and needed to be explored. Then entry. Now we move to that cultural group. Next, the ethnographers attempt to enter the culture and gain the approval of the members of the culture. This will help them to collect information from the respondents easily. When we interact the respondent of that particular cultural group, this is the entry point through which we can establish rapport between respondent and ourselves. This will help ultimately to collect the information from the respondent. Next is cultural immersion. Ethnographers live for several days, months, or sometimes years in the area they have chosen to study. The middle steps of the ethnographic method involves obtaining informants and using them to obtain more informants in a sequential process. From respondent to respondent, we collect the information. This is known as sequential process. Data collection. This is most important part of every research. Whenever we talk about social research, we have four important techniques that are known as tools for data collection. One is observation, second is interview, third is schedule, and fourth is questionnaire. Similarly, whenever we want to collect the information in this ethnographic perspective or ethnographic research, data collection is very important steps in any research. For this, after gaining the confidence of the respondent, that is known as rapport establishment, the researcher begins the collection of data in the form of observational transcript and interview recording and taping. Ethnography requires more than mere observation. Observation and participate. Ethnography requires more than more observation. To research effectively, you will want to participate in the organization. You are searching in some capacity. You are researching in some capacity. Determine the types of things you are looking for in relation to your questions and problems, and determine the most effective ways to collect notes. Be as objective as possible. When observing and participating, write down a running description, things you remember, impressions and feelings, thoughts to come to mind, etc. This is the technique through which we collect the information from respondent as well as from the group of that. Under the cultural perspective or ethnographic perspective, we collect information through observation as well as to ask certain questions to the respondent and collect the data from the respondent. This is the second part, that is interview. Interviews may be necessary to increase your understanding or practices and tasks. Whenever two or more than two persons in face-to-face situation ask and collect the information, this is known as interview. An interview is of two types. One is formal interview and second is informal, that is also known as structural interview and unstructured interview. That is also known as controlled interview and uncontrolled. But here we use unstructured interview for the collection of data. You can do these interviews immediately after some observations. At the end of a specified observation period, at the end of the day, or even at the end of the entire research period, determine who is best to interview and what questions are important to help you understand your research question. Now we analyze all the things in the form of collection of data and then we analyze systematically. This is known as processing of data. Collect, archive data. Many organizations, communities and cultures have their other artifacts and information that you can use to add your data collection. This will help to collect information from the historical point of view. Review things like papers, emails, physical artifacts, phone conversations, marketing collaterals, websites and other information, rich sources to increase your understanding of the environment. This will help to understand about that culture or particular community. Then editing of data. This is known as processing of data. Whenever we collect the information, the next step is processing of data, and in processing of data the first part is editing. When all the facts are collected, then the researcher edits those data. While editing, he keeps two things in mind. One is whether any question has been left unanswered or there is an incomplete question somewhere, and secondly, whether there is any contradiction in the received sources. if there is any, it is corrected. After editing, the work of coding is done, that is writing all those facts in brief is called coding. Sometimes we on the basis of number edit the data. After coding, classification and tabulation is done, that is those facts are divided into different classes on the basis of similarities and differences in different classes. On the basis of similarities and dissimilarities, if we classify the whole data into different categories, is known as classification. The facts obtained after classification are presented in tables. This is known as tabulation. Tabulation is of three types, that is univariate table, bivariate table and multivariate table, but in particular research we use only two types of table. One is univariate, where only one variable is there, and sometimes we want to correlate one variable with other, then we use bivariate table. Tables are made of two types, one univariate table and the other is bivariate table. Then on the basis of the facts collected through this approach, we analyze and formulate certain theories, development of theories. After analyzing the data, the researcher formulates a theory based on the interpretation of the results and the report obtained. However, the ethnographic researcher does his best to avoid theoretical presuppositions and formulates theories based on the viewpoints and observations of the members of the culture. The researcher may seek validation of inspired theories by going back to members of the culture for their feedback. This is main approach through which we collect the information and analyze the data and final propound certain theories. So, what are the advantages and what are the disadvantages? Whenever we talk about the advantages, as a qualitative research method, ethnography offers many advantages. First, ethnography can account for the complexity of group behavior, reveal interrelationship among multiple dimensional of interrelationship among multiple dimensions of group interaction and provide context for behavior. Furthermore, ethnography can reveal the qualities of the group experience in a way that other research method cannot. They can help determine future questions and types of follow-up research. By expanding the scope of knowledge and understanding of the world, researchers are often better able to understand why behavior occurs rather than simply focusing on the phenomena. But similarly, at the other hand, certain disadvantages are there with ethnography. There are several disadvantages to ethnographic research that must be considered. Ethnographic is time consuming and requires a well trained researcher. If we have certain qualities, then and then only we use this ethnographic perspective. It takes time to build trust with informants to facilitate full and honest discourse. Short-term studies are at a particular disadvantages in this regard. On the other hand, bias on the part of the researcher can affect both the design of the study and the collection and interpretation of the data. Sometimes do not collect the correct respondent from the respondent. Too little data can lead to erroneous assumptions about behavioral pattern, while large amounts of data cannot be processed effectively. This is the disadvantages as well as certain advantages are there. So, the whole discussions we can summarize, we can say that ethnographic research is a qualitative method where researchers study and or interact with participant observation in their real life environment. Ethnography was popularized by anthropology but is used in a wide range of social sciences. Ethnographic fieldwork entails the researcher's extended residence in the field setting, that is community, village, institution, group or sometimes nation. Participating in and observing the daily activities and behavior of the people where the research is conducted. Researcher lives among them as a participant observer with the objective of understanding the culture. Thus, classical anthropologists are outsiders in their field space, trying to understand their daily habits, rituals, norms, and actions by living among them, the way social research is done. In the same way, ethnographic research is completed by following the same steps. Among the various techniques or types of qualitative research, ethnographic research is the most important and preferred one. Ethnographic involves the collection of data, information from a number of respondents following a chain process, that is, the researcher is provided with more respondents by a group of respondents who have already given their response or required information. With the help of ethnography, data can be collected through different methods and approaches, and on the basis of that data we analyze and final conclusion may come out and certain theory may propound by the ethnographers. This is a technique, this is a approach, this is a method through which we collect the information through observation and interview and documentation, and then on the basis of all these observation, all interview and documents, we analyze the facts in a systematic manner. That manner is known as ethnographic approach or ethnographic perspective.